there. His name is on all that stuff. So now you'll know one of the guys that wrote that. Tell them about the night that you won the bus from ET.
Well, it wasn't the night, it was a series of nights. It started on Saturday, and I don't think it ended till Monday. we were in New England somewhere, and I don't even remember where we were. But we had to go to a little town called Olean, New York. And we was arriving on Sunday, had reservations there to go to Holiday Inn. And we got in there Sunday, I think in the morning, but we'd been up all night. We were playing poker and we started shooting dice. We were gamblers. We started shooting dice and it was no limit, as big time. I couldn't afford it nowadays. And anyhow, with the dice shooting, I got lucky. And we were sitting right in the windows of the Holiday Inn there for hours on that bus with the engines running, and it started snowing. And it got really bad snowstorm. And they had us rooms, we wouldn't get off the bus. The driver kept trying to get us out. Guys, y'all get on into your rooms, go to bed so I can shut these engines down. And he finally left, and we kept having to call him back. He had to take a shovel and dig snow out where air could get to the engines to keep them cool. We still on there gambling. And Ernest was losing and I was winning big. I broke everybody on the bus, including Ernest. I got all the fuel money, I got all the concession money, all the personal money, and we run out of booze. And it was on a Sunday, and only in New York was dry. So we had Dolly Parton's bass player with us, Ronnie Blackwell. And Ronnie he was about like me. He wanted to drink or he was going to go to bed. And I told him, I said, call us a taxi driver. Surely somebody knows a bootlegger. And the taxi driver come over and he said, well, all I can get is scotch. And it was Usher's or something. It was one of them old cheap scotches. And he said, it'd be $50 for a quart. Now this was in 1977, I think. $50 for a quart. And I said, Ronnie, run that crook off. I ain't paying no $50 for a quart of whiskey. So we went back to gambling. And I'm starting to get sober and I wanted to go to bed. I had all the money in the world. And I sat there and I rubbed that mouth and I made the statement. I said, I'd give $100 for a drink of whiskey right now. And Ernest said, don't you move. And he went back to his room and got digging and he come back up with a quart of Seagram 7. And I told him, I said, before I loan you any more money, and he offered me his big old ring had ET on it. It's worth $4,000 or $5,000 in their 40s. A very valuable ring. He wanted to borrow $1,000 on it, and I said, no. So I ain't making no more unsecured, unstable loans like that. He said, how about this Jimmy Rogers guitar? A Martin and priceless. And I said, no, I don't want no guitar. And he said, what do you want? I want $1,000. And I said, give me the title to the bus. And we got the driver down there and we witnessed it, signed it over completely. And I let him have $1,000. And we still gambling, he's still losing. So he brought that quart of whiskey up there and I took the cap off of it and threw the cap in the trash can. And had a drink, and I handed the bottle to Pete Mitchell. He had a tot, and Ronnie Blackwell had a drink. And Ernest was standing up, and he got right over in my face doing this. And I just looked up at him and said, what you want? He said, you said you'd give $100 for a drink of liquor. I want my $100. So I got a $100 bill, one of his, and just throwed it at him. He picked it up and he got right back in my face like this and he said, you done broke them. You're paying for their booze too. On $200 more. That's 3 drinks of my whiskey. So I gave him $200 more. And Ronnie told me the next day that I paid He said, you run the taxi driver off because he wanted $1,000 for a quart of scotch. I mean, $50 for a quart of scotch. He said, you paid Ernest more than $3,000 for that jug of whiskey last night. $100 a drink. We had more than 30 drinks out of it. Anyhow, I had the note on the bus, the title, and the next day, we had a 3 o'clock sound check. And the next day I got back to the bus at about 2 o'clock Eastern time, and I got all of Ernest's personal belongings and just jammed them up on my bunk. And I was in his bed when he walked in. He opened the door and he had his little overnight kit, and he walked in there, and here I am piled up in the middle of his bed watching TV. He said, what's going on? And I said, well, hey, old man, before you come through that door, from now on, I want you to knock, because there's been some changes made around here. and he told the driver to get that CPA down in Nashville. He said, get this crazy, some money up here. I got to get control of the troubadours again. But that wasn't all bad. 2 or 3 weeks went by, and luck wasn't always on my side. I had some bad days, and you want it back. But it's sitting in a museum down in Nashville in the Troubadour Theater today, and you can go through it. We don't charge you anything. It's free. It's a free attraction. We're very proud to say that that's the way I think Ernest would have wanted it. So it's sitting down there nowadays, and we take donations. And all the money that is donated, we give to the Grand Ole Opry Trust Fund, which is for musicians that have problems, destitute, house burned down, a mama has a heart attack, or whatever. So we give the money away, and I think Ernest would be very proud of us for doing that.